Oh man, I will tell you, I love eating fast food, but it's bad. So things that we can do to mitigate some of this bad fast food stuff. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Wellness Week Live. I am your host, DJ Anthony. Co-host is Dr. Magnus. I am a DJ. He's a DR. But we're just two friends talking. Always check with your healthcare professionals. By the way, like and subscribe. Hit that thing in the corner there, and okay, we're
Yes,
getting our
please.
asses kicked out here. Come on, people, let's go. Let's subscribe. Let's do it. Let's do it. You love it. I love it. Let's subscribe. Okay, Magnus. Two things I want to talk about. People think like, oh, man, I don't have money. I got to eat fast food. That's why my diet sucks. That's a cop out. In modern times, fast food places have a lot of great options. And so, what would you eat if Magnus was walking into a fast food joint? And I'm going to say what I would eat. And then let's talk about three things that men particularly could do to live healthier lives, because women outlive men, but also women live healthier, happier lives than men, generally speaking. Not everybody, but so we'll talk about that. Okay, so let's start off with the fast food. So Magnus, you're walking into a fast food joint, and aside from, yes, once in a while it's okay to eat naughty and soda and fried foods, but like, what would you do if you were trying to be a little bit more healthy about your choices and you were in a fast food joint? What would you order for a lunch?
So a couple of things. I very seldom eat fast food. So when I go, I usually go all in. Basically, what you said. I mean, it's milkshake and it's fries and whatnot.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're going to like one of the hamburger restaurants, for instance, I would order, like, if we're looking at more kind of a healthy alternative. People kind of fall into like, oh, salads are the healthiest things in the place. Usually that's not true, because they come with so many things, and dressing and all those things. So it's basically, when you're looking at the macros, they're almost the same. So what I usually say, like, I usually go for a chicken sandwich, trying to look at that, and then of course, I'm trying to get it grilled and not with a bunch of like fried and all that stuff. So get it grilled, and then usually get some extra, whatever, if they have some vegetables or some fruit, and eat that too.
Yeah.
And then, like, I would probably just get a water. I'm not a big fan. Like, I don't drink that much soda or anything like that. I might sometimes grab like a, a diet Sprite or something like that. I don't like Coca-Cola to start out with, and
Yeah.
usually they don't have that many diet. It's usually Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi,
Right.
and that's it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
or soda water or something like that. But that's pretty much it. I'm trying to avoid drinking my calories, so
Right.
that's one of the big steps that people should probably, like, if you go to a fast food, avoid drinking more calories than you're already eating.
Right. Yeah. And so you and I are pretty much on the same page here. We're also wearing the same white shirt. But anyways, so yeah, I was gonna say, me too. I would say don't drink your calories. Get the water. You get so many. I gotta tell you, so many people I know, such excuse makers. Like, oh, water costs money. First off, you can get a free water if you ask them for a cup of water. So
Yeah.
whatever. There's no excuse to drink your calories, right? And I would not drink diet soda. I mean, that you might as well drink friggin' tar. I mean, yeah, get a water, and then, like you said, grilled meat. Don't get the fried meats. And I would say also, the like, I like to go to Wendy's, and instead of getting French fries, they sell baked potato. So I'll eat a
Yeah.
baked potato. But the big thing, like you said, is just stay the hell out of fast food joints. Pretty much, period. Like, go twice a year. I mean, and if you got to go for some reason, oh, I'm busy. Well, then again, at least get a water, get a grilled sandwich versus the fried chicken, and try to get, you try not to order also the triple sundae, double decker, super cookie. Like, you're going to kill yourself, man. So
Yeah.
anyway,
You usually get tricked into like all the menus and stuff, because you think like you're saving
yeah.
money
Would
and
you like
all
to
that.
add
The
a
only
cookie for a quarter?
Yeah, the sad part is that you usually have to pay for that down the road anyway, with insurance or medication or surgery or whatever it
Oh
is.
man, it's
So it's like, you have to stay somewhat disciplined too, and not go completely overboard and order like 8 different sandwiches, and
yeah,
like, you see that a lot too.
yeah.
But I see fast food like it's more when like once in a while, like you
Yeah,
said, not even as a treat. It's more like I just need to eat something,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
it's available at the
Right.
moment, and then
Yeah.
just try to be smart about it.
I would say if somebody's eating fast food like several times a week, you know what you could do? A good hack would be like, right, get the grilled chicken sandwich, but don't eat the bread.
Yeah,
Just eat the meat, throw the bread out, and then maybe get 2 sandwiches so you get double the meat. But like the processed carb is also going to be a real killer. So
yeah,
you want, right, meat's fine if they have some kind of vegetable somewhere, fine. The salad's tricky, like you said, because salad would be good if you don't put anything on it. Because
yeah.
there's no dressing at these fast food places that are going to be good. So, but then you're going to eat a dry salad. But anyways, so yeah, very, very tricky. Don't drink the calories.
It's I think like nowadays there's so many people giving you smart information, and like you said, a lot of the fast food joints has caught on too on they're giving you different things. I mean, they're also giving you like the protein version, and you get like a lettuce wrap and things like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if you're eating more kind of like low carb, you can eat it. But it's all about being smart. I mean, usually the food quality on fast food joints are not the best, and
right.
that's kind of the big issue. You think that you're not paying that much, but the quality is not that much either, and it's yeah. So try to stay away from it if you're thinking about your health, or you're thinking about like your trying to lose weight or anything like that. Fast food joints are usually not the
Yeah,
place,
but you know what?
and I
Also,
say
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Before. No, so you gotta be careful too, because some people might say, "Oh, well, I'll eat at Panera," right? You have Panera by you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's fast food.
right.
It doesn't
Panera's
it's
tricky
fast food.
too, because Panera does have some good options, but a lot of Panera is processed carbs. A
Yeah.
lot of sandwiches, a lot of pizza stuff, a lot of breads. It's a lot of processed carbs, and so they have some salads and some soups, but you got to be very careful at Panera because it's a lot of processed carbs, which is gonna.
Anthony, can I be completely honest?
Good.
So the thing is with eating out at restaurants in general, we're not talking about just fast food, but in general, like every single restaurant, it's usually not that healthy
Oh
unless they
yeah.
basically focus on like that they are like we are a health restaurant that are very very strict and know what they're doing. Otherwise, I mean, like I worked in a restaurant, like, and my dad used to own a restaurant growing up, so I've been in and out of a restaurant all my life, and especially in the kitchen and everything too. So the easiest way of making something taste better is just
Salt,
adding butter,
salt,
and
butter,
like
salt, butter.
again, you're saying and carbs, like
Yep. Fry it. Yep.
processed carbs basically.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and
that's
these
why you
sandwich
start.
places too are shit. Sandwiches are the
Yeah.
worst. The deli meat has a lot of nitrates, and even if it doesn't have nitrates, it's all processed shit meat and shit bread and shit everything. The sandwich
You,
plate, I love sandwiches, but I gotta tell you, it's they should outlaw sandwiches.
Yeah. No, but it comes down to the same thing. Like if you cook most of your meals yourself, or actually buy, if you don't like cooking, if you have a meal prep company that are specifically like organized on macros and nutrients and all that things. Yeah, I mean, you have way better control of what you're actually eating, and also the amount of calories. I mean, it's super, super hard to go to a restaurant and figure out, because first of all, the numbers that they give you, if they show you how many calories, that's 20% give or take, just from the start. And then the people that are working there, like, usually it's more than a portion size actually says. So all of a sudden you could be off by 50 to over
Oh
100%
yeah,
of what the actual value is. So
100%.
it's important to understand that, like, it's if you're, again, if you're trying to lose weight and eating fast food or restaurant food, it's going to be tough.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to be
Get
tough.
educated, watch, don't drink your calories. Okay, so let's move on to this thing. 3 things you would tell guys to live healthy. Now, I don't want to say longer because men typically are like, oh, I don't care, I don't want to live forever. So I don't ever say
Yeah,
longer, but how would you like to live stronger and happier
yeah,
and healthier? Every guy would say that. By the way, I bring this up because, I've been DJing a lot of senior citizen events of late, and I'm like, holy shit. And this is no shock, but it reminds me that when I DJ senior citizen events, there'll be like 100 senior citizens in a room, and 97 of them are women and 3
Yeah.
are men. It's very rare you're going to see more than 3-4% of guys, and that's, and it's kind of sad. And I say to myself, I mean, we all know why it happens. Men usually don't take care of themselves, period, across the board. They don't have good relationship connections. They don't eat right. They don't sleep right. They do risky shit, anyway. So what 3 things would you tell a young man to have them have a healthier, stronger life?
Okay, so I would say take your sleep seriously, because that's one thing that a lot of men like. Well, I can sleep when I'm dead, and
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
on and so forth. That's complete BS,
yeah.
and everybody knows it. And the more research that gets done on sleep, and especially lack of sleep, shows you how dangerous it is for overall health.
Oh yeah.
So actually sleep and take care of recovery, like that should be a focus.
Yep.
You take your first one.
Oh, well, okay. Well, sleep would have been very. That would have been, well, yeah. So I would say sleep also, since you already said it.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, people they'd rather go, they spend too much time online, or too much time at the gym, or too much time watching TV when they should be sleeping. You need at least 8 hours. Okay, my first one would be, I guess, get a yearly physical. Just,
That's a good one.
you gotta get a yearly physical. Have the doctor stick his finger up in the bunghole. You got to get your blood work done. It's just a tune up, a checkup for the car. I was talking to somebody, and the person was like, "Well, this is recently, actually, like this past week. Oh no, I never go to," and I'm like, "What? You never go?" And this person's like, "Yeah, no, I'm healthy, and if I go, like, that's negative energy or whatever." I'm like, "Okay."
You're scared. You're scared of actually hearing what they have to say.
I mean,
That's what I
well,
would say.
and I was saying to the person, when you get a blood test, it's it's the doctor's way of peering inside of your body, and so it's not about bad luck. I mean, you put a seatbelt on. Why? Not because you it's bad luck. It's preventative, and you're going to go to the doctor for preventative maintenance. You go to the dentist for preventative maintenance. God forbid they find something. Anyway, so just go to the doctor, get a checkup once a year. Okay, what's your second one?
I would say building and keeping strong relationships with other people, because relationships are super super important. And I'm not saying that it has to be with your life partner.
Right.
It's with other people. Period. Because you need to be around. You need to feel like you're having a good exchange with other human beings, and also that's a good way of like having like good conversations with people, and seeing other people. Like it evolves you, and probably like makes your life better, and you probably like looking at personal development too,
Yeah.
because you get influenced by hopefully other good people.
Yeah, but a lot of guys, they get into this lull, like I said, after high school or college. They don't make any more new friends, and they just sit home and they watch television. I got my wife and kids, and that's great. But like you said, you need more connection. You need, and no one. I'm not saying everybody has to be your best friend, but right, have some acquaintances, have some people. It matters to be face to face. I'm also getting to a certain age where sometimes I'm like, I'll just stay home, and I force myself to get up and get out.
Yeah.
And to meet with friends who might not be my best friends, but they're decent people, and we go out for a coffee, and you got to get out. And I feel better when I get out. Humans are made to be in front of humans. Okay, so that's just, my second one would be, I guess, you do not have to be a gym rat, but every single day you should be getting up and at least walking for an hour. We want to break it up into 20-minute segments throughout the day, whatever, but you got to get your steps in. You got to move. Our bodies are made to move. So that's my second one. What's your third one, Magnus?
A couple of things there. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, strength training. If we're talking about like training, strength training is actually one of the best way of keeping yourself, your mind and your body young. So definitely do that. And then same thing, it helps with cardiovascular too. Like strength training helps with cardiovascular too, but you should also cardiovascular train like walking and things like that. So yes, training is something that you definitely should do at least a couple of times a week, and then like I said, movement every day. Like a door or a gate that gets used daily doesn't rust. That's how you should see your body too. I just wanted to add a couple of things, like before I go on my third one. When it comes to like with the relationship, like if you have a life partner, make sure that you guys are actually like evolving together too, that you communicate, you do things together, things like that. And also, if you don't have a life partner, get a dog. Even getting a dog will actually like benefit your health, and you're actually coming out, you're seeing other people, like I don't know how many new friends I met when I moved, when just because I'm out walking my dogs. Basically, all the people that I know around this area is from me walking the dogs.
100%.
So my last one, that would be avoid drinking and smoking. So big one, big negative effect. If you do, there's a big negative effect on your health and life quality as a whole. So yeah, those two things. Like yeah, coming home, having a cocktail or a glass of whiskey or a couple of beers every single night, probably not the best thing to do. And then finishing off with smoking too. I mean, yeah,
AKA vaping too.
You're digging yourself into a hole that you could avoid easily.
Yeah, and it's just so sad. I mean, I've lost so many people to smoking regular cigarettes, and it's so sad. It's funny. I was thinking to myself, and I want to do this talk with my church. Actually, I'm going to propose it to my pastor. But, how should a Christian person eat? Because yeah, I think Christians like to always, not all Christians, but a lot of Christians like to point fingers at everybody else's sins. Meanwhile, they're stuffing their face with all sorts of shit and they're destroying their body. But that's okay. It's like, come on now, you call yourself a Christian. And what would Jesus say about alcohol? And I think I'm no scholar here, but it's a scientific fact that alcohol is considered a poison, I believe, a carcinogenic. And I get it. Toast for Christmas, toast for New Year's, toast at a wedding. I'm not saying make it illegal, but if you call yourself a Christian, you should not be drinking alcohol. Period. If you call yourself a devout Christian, let me say that.
Yeah.
If you call yourself a devout Christian, then there should be zero alcohol, because alcohol is bad. And don't believe me, the CDC says it. So I think anyway. So to your point, and smoking, Jesus Christ. I mean, you really need to. Anyway, so okay. So
I mean, like looking from it, like it's interesting that you bring that up though, because like looking at it, like alcohol consumption from a historical view, a little bit more. Why did people drink a lot of alcohol like earlier on in life? Because alcohol, there's like bacteria can't really grow in alcohol, right? Where besides the ones that actually creates the alcohol, but when the alcohol comes up to a certain point, everything kind of dies off, right? We use like we clean things with alcohol,
right?
So that's why people had a wine skin and things like that, because they were unsure if they could find fresh and healthy water, which you can get everywhere nowadays almost. So that's from a historical point why people were drinking more. Like people were basically walking around being like intoxicated all the time, because they're trying not to die from drinking some
dysentery,
water, bacteria, things like that. So I think it's important to understand it's like we nowadays, I mean, we can get a hold of filtered nice water and be healthy. There's no need to like constantly drinking. I mean, and also like if you need alcohol to relax, deal with your everyday life, things like that, that's a big issue that you're trying to push aside.
You need to get a therapist
with chemical help instead of actually like figuring out and solve the problem.
100%. Yeah, bro. No, 100%. For my third one, I would say, and we're both going to agree here, premium fuel in your Ferrari. Eat God-made over man-made. Stop at the pasta bread, chips, cakes, cookies, bagels, pizza, bagels, cookies, cake, cookies, sweet drinks. God-made over man-made. That's it. Eat good, healthy food, not processed food from man. That would be my third one. So wait, did you and I both?
I think we've done that. Yeah, that's it with three each. But we kind of like build things on top of it. The thing that I was trying to do this time was not talking about like food and training, but luckily you did instead.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you brought up the obvious things that I would say, and I try to go a little bit of a different route.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
like these the things that we said right now. I mean, it's not just for men or for
It's
like
women and
old
men, right?
age or anything like that.
Young,
I
old.
think that everybody would benefit from listening and following these advices.
I'm telling you, and I'm trying to follow my own advice, and we're all trying to do our best. But anyways, so yeah, that's it, folks. You heard that. Okay, so like, subscribe. We got more shows coming up. Magnus, anything else before we wrap up, buddy?
No, man. Like, thank you again for having me. Always fun, and it's fun to see that the channel is growing and people are listening to us. And we want to hear from our viewers and listeners. Whatever you want us to bring up, we'll talk about it.
That's right. That's right. We got a few new subscribers this week. So every week we climb a little bit, climb a little bit, climb a little bit. But anyways, we're doing good. Magnus, thank you as always. Thank you, everybody. Well, I'm signing this out. Check back in for some great new shows. Bye.